Hey, 2 times this week I've had this subject come up where people have needed to tell somebody something and then they were kind of surprised when the other person reacted badly. And it's very hard sometimes when you're, especially if you're angry. And I used to be the worst at this, the most guilty person on the planet right here for saying things and then later regretting that I'd said some things. But anyway, the thing is, sometimes you need to have this in you out. You need to be heard. But unfortunately, people can't hear you if what you're saying is emotionally charged, just expressing yourself basically from your emotion rather than from what's behind that emotion, which is your true self. So in other words, your emotions can get in the way of what you need to say sometimes. So you got to ask yourself before you speak, am I just wanting to emotionally vent, or do I really want to be heard? And then you need to say something in the way that you could hear it if you were on the other end. So if you're going to say something really kind of awful to somebody and you don't want to beat that person up, or maybe you do want to beat them up, but if you don't want to beat them up, you need to practice what you got to say several times, because sometimes that'll help you to clarify and get down to a place where it's like, okay, they heard what I said, but they heard it in a way that doesn't make them all defensive, and it doesn't get, things start up even worse, because what is the point? What is the point? If you need to get communication, what is the point if you're just going to throw out words that maybe make you feel really powerful and awesome and good for the moment, but hurt somebody, and nothing changes? As a matter of fact, it's the opposite of what you want, because now they're going to double down. So anyway, I'm just thinking, and this is for me too, sometimes you have to practice what you say before you say it, because sometimes that stuff cannot be took back. You cannot get that back in there. Also, I was thinking too, if you want to be heard, you got to hear. So sometimes you have to listen, because the other person might be emotionally spouting stuff, and what they're saying is really not what they're saying. What they're saying is, this is how I feel right this moment, me. And sometimes, you don't realize that they're desperately needing you to hear what is the true intent behind that. God, if we could just get me out of the way, we'd have it made, wouldn't we? Me included. But I guess we all feel our own pain, and we get lost in our own pain, and sometimes we forget that other people are not magic, and they don't have this crystal ball, and they cannot see past that verbal stuff and get to the core of things, Anyway, I'm just talking about communication today. So, to recap, in case you lost on this, practice what you say before you say it. Try to say it as if you were hearing it. Be a good listener so that you can hear what's behind the emotional barrage or words unspoken. And you know what? Actions speak louder than words. And if words and actions don't line up, be alarmed, be concerned, okay? Actions usually are more truthful than words. Okay, that's it for today.